mathematicians. So there are two big concepts or strategies that I want to go over today. The first one being our make a 10 to add. Now it sounds a little bit tricky, but we've practiced this before. I'm going to kind of review what it looks like. I'm going to go through the steps of one that I've completed myself, and then I'll do another one a little bit with you guys so you can see what that looks like. The big thing to know is when we're using our make a 10 to add strategy, we're looking at a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. We're trying to add those together, but we're trying to find a way to add it a little bit faster and a little bit more efficiently. It means pretty quickly. We want to make sure that we are thinking about how we can use our ones to make a new 10. And I'm going to go over why that's a helpful strategy. All right, let's get into it. For this problem, I have 38 plus 4. Now, my first step is really simple. I'm just representing my two numbers. 38, you can see 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 38 is represented. On the other side, you can see my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the easy part. We know how to represent 2-digit and 1-digit numbers with our 10s and 1s. Here's my 38. Here's my 4. Everyone should be with us for that step. If you're not with us in that step, make sure you're definitely practicing and going back over your 10s and 1s. Okay. Now that I've shown and represented my digits, now I'm ready to focus on just my 1s. Now, one of the big things that I want you to notice, especially with my 38, is the way I represented my work. I have my 8 1s and I set them up into a 10s frame. That means I have 5 and 5, or it would be 5 if I had enough there. That's going to be important. Watch. I have 38 and I want to look at that 38 and go, how many more does that need in order to be a 10? Because if that 8 is a 10 instead, it'll be a lot quicker to count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's a lot faster counting 10s rather than counting 1s. So this 38, I want it to be a 10. Well, I already have 8 and I can see I need 1, 2 more in order for that 8 to be a 10. Well, thank goodness I have 4 over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just enough to make this 38 into a 10. Watch. I have 8, 9, 10. I then grouped all of those together. Now when I look at this circle, I know that in this circle, I have 10. In the circle, I have 10. Watch how I can count now and watch how I'm going to do it so much faster. 10, 20, 30, 40. Notice, this is a lot easier for me to count because I've just made a brand new 10. 10, 20, 30, and all here in that circle, that's my new 10. So I have 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s. That means that I have 40, but I'm not done yet because I didn't finish adding. I still have those 2 left over. So right now, you saw me count my 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, and now I'm ready to add my little bit left over, my remainder. Those 2. 40 plus 2 equals 42. You can also start getting to the habit of adding and making a 10 even in your brain. When I look at 38, I know, it needs 2 more in order to make 40. If I take 2 from here, I can make it into a 40. And then I just have 2 left over. 40 plus 2 is going to give me 42. Our big goal is that you're able to start thinking about these numbers and move them around to make it more efficient and make it faster for yourself. But for now, this is what I want to see represented. I want to see your 10s, your 1s. I want to see how you're grouping numbers together because that's what's going to help us to start doing more mental math. All right, let's look at another example. Down below, you're looking at another problem, 45 plus 7. My first step is the same. I've represented 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've represented my 7. 5 and 2 more make 7. That part should always be the same. When you're adding, especially when you're using your make it 10 strategy, I want to see that you're representing your numbers. The other big thing that I want you to take notice of is I've give myself a separation. I didn't want to confuse myself. I know on this side is 45, and I know on this side is 7. That's important because then if you don't do it, it gets too jumbled up and it'll get too messy, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, So I have my 45 and I have my 7. I'm going to again focus on my ones and I'm going to look. I have 5 ones here. I want to make that into a 10. You know what? If I have 5 here, I know that if I have 5, I need 5 more in order to make a 10 because 5 plus 5 equals 10. So watch what I'm doing here. I have 5 already here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've just made a new 10. I already had 5 here, and I'm going to take these 5 over here because now I have a new 10, and it's going to help me count a lot faster. Watch. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. One more time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I now have 50, but I'm not yet done. I didn't finish adding. I took these 5, but I still have these 2 left over. Let me finish adding. I have 50 plus these little 2 left over. And that's going to give me, I'm going to write it down here. That's going to give me 52. And that's exactly what it should look like. Now, I know it's a little bit tricky if you're looking and working on your computer, but I definitely recommend that you as mathematicians are really grabbing out that paper and pencil and really making sure that you're representing and you're circling and showing how you've made a 10. You don't have to take pictures of those things, but I highly recommend it. That way I can still get feedback. All right, guys, I hope that helped. In a little bit, I'm going to show you guys another strategy that we've been working on. I can't wait.